Toa is a word synonymous with many things. At face value, the Toa are a species, created to protect the denizens of the Matoran universe. However, throughout Bionicle's story, that word has garnered a sense of pride in history. Toa is not just a species, but an idea, one of hope to the Matoran villagers and honor to those who carry this title. It's the Toa sense of duty that has fueled their reputation as icons of heroism and justice, but underneath that shiny exterior lies a dark reality. For every Toa you see standing triumphant over evil, there are many more who've journeyed into the howling dark and never returned. In this video, we'll be learning of one such example, Nikila, a Toa of Lightning and member of the first Toa team, who met her fate at the hands of the savage Zyglac. What was this Toa's story and what impact did she leave on the Matoran universe at large? Find out on this episode of Bionicle Explained. Hey everyone, this is Pilot and welcome back to another episode of Bionicle Explained. Before we get started, I'd like to announce that this video is actually part of a collab. Fellow BioTubers SomeBioFan and the Legend Reborn are both releasing videos on their mocks of Nikila, and asked me to do a lore video to go along with it. Naturally I said yes, and you'll get to see their mocks of Nikila in action throughout this video. Both SomeBioFan and the Legend Reborn make some absolutely stellar Bionicle content, so I recommend you check them out. Links to both their channels and videos on Nikila can be found in the description below. There you will also find a link to join my Discord server, where you can meet other fans of Bionicle and participate in monthly Bionicle mock contests. Lastly, if you wind up enjoying this video, then please consider giving it a like and subscribing. Now, let's get started. As always, thank you to Biosector 01 for its help in producing these videos. Biosector 01 is by far the largest and most accurate Bionicle wiki out there, and it's been a massive help in researching and gathering information for these videos. This simply would not be possible without the hard work of the Bionicle community, so thank you. While the Matoran universe would eventually be populated by numerous Toa, it began with only a meager few. The Great Beings had created the Toa to be protectors of the Matoran, ensuring they remained safe as they maintained the Great Spirit robot. However, at that point there simply weren't enough Toa present in the Matoran universe, so the Great Beings began taking Matoran to transform into Toa. This included a lay Matoran named Lesovic, who would soon be transformed into a Toa of Air. Consequently, Lesovic would then go on to form the Toa Cordak, the first Toa team to ever exist. Including Lesovic, this team consisted of 8 members, one of which being the Matoran Nikila, who like Lesovic had also been transformed into a Toa. The Toa Cordak would station themselves on an unnamed island in the Matoran universe and begin protecting the Matoran who resided there. Through their cooperation, these 8 Toa were able to fend off numerous threats and became closer because of it. Lesovic and Nikila became especially good friends, with Lesovic granting her the title of Tactical Commander, making Nikila second in command. Life was good for Lesovic, Nikila, and the rest of the Toa Cordak. They had learned to work together as a team and had gained the trust and friendship of the Matoran they protected. However, everything changed for the team when they encountered a group of savage creatures known as Zyglac. The Zyglac as a species were essentially a mistake. When the Great Beings had been trying to create organisms known as Krana, certain material became exposed to a mysterious substance called energized protodermis. The result was the Zyglac, who were quickly shunned by their creators and the inhabitants of the Matoran universe. In turn, the Zyglac have grown to hate the wider Matoran universe, which has made them extremely aggressive towards all they come across. The Toa Cordak would encounter a wandering tribe of these Zyglac and would begin to fend them off. This battle should have gone well for the Cordak, but Lesovic hesitated at a crucial moment, allowing the Zyglac to overwhelm them. The Toa Cordak would then be picked off one by one, including Lesovic's closest friend Nikila. Since their bodies were destroyed by the Zyglac's disintegration spears, this meant the Toa Cordak couldn't be revived aboard the Red Star. Lesovic was the sole survivor of this encounter, and was now left with nothing except for his own guilt. His situation would only become worse once he returned to his home island. In the absence of the Toa Cordak, the Turaga who governed the island had gone mad, and sent the Matoran away to the hellish realm of Karzani. Henceforth, Lesovic would begin to blame himself, not only for the deaths of his former teammates, but also for the Matoran being sent to Karzani. Over the years, Lesovic would make numerous attempts to redeem himself by rescuing the Matoran he had come to befriend. Lesovic was never successful, but he also never gave up, keeping the memory of his team alive as he did so. The story of Nikila and the Toa Cordak isn't your typical Bionicle tale. Unlike other teams such as the larger-than-life Toa Mata and the heroic Toa Mari, the story of the Toa Cordak is one that centers around failure. Their story doesn't have a happy ending, which sounds depressing, but I think this twist only makes the Cordak more interesting. Nikila in particular is an important part of this narrative. Through all of this, she was Lesovic's greatest friend and was able to influence him even long after her death. In addition, she's also had a sizable impact on the overall lore of Bionicle. Nikila is one of the few canon Toa to wield a secondary element, and was also the catalyst for the introduction of lightning as an elemental power. I've always been fascinated by the secondary elements in Bionicle, and characters like Nikila really help to flesh them out. I'd be curious to hear your thoughts on Nikila, Lesovic, and the Toa Cordak in the comment section down below. Do you appreciate the more saddening aspects of their story like I do, or do you wish the Cordak's fate wasn't so depressing? Either way, I'm excited to see what you have to say. While you're down there, also consider checking out the other videos in this collab. If you want to see more of the Nikila mocks featured in this video, then I recommend you give them a watch. Thank you for watching this episode of Bionicle Explained, and this is Pilot, signing off.